Greetings, everybody, and welcome to possibly the most important stream of the year. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sit tight and get comfy, because today, Lucky Charms, we are gonna learn about you. Things that you might not know yet. Hi! Hello! How you doing? Look, I dressed up for the stream. Do you like my outfit? Do you like my tie? Do you think I look snazzy? Yeah? Do you? Yeah? I took slightly longer because I was putting the outfit on and I didn't exactly know how to put on a tie. It's actually harder than it looks. I still don't know how. I had to ask my dad to put the tie on me. I don't know. I think it looks alright. I just have to keep holding it, otherwise it's gonna come loose. My dad is not that good at tying ties either. But I look professional, don't I? I look very professional. English. I was having breakfast. Well, I might have been having a little bowl of cereals, but it does not mean that was breakfast. It might mean that I just felt hungry, you know, before the stream, and that I've been awake the whole day. You guys don't know. So stop guessing. Stop guessing. Let's learn. Today is the day to learn. So everybody, today's stream has been sponsored by me. Specifically the scientific department of me, the scientific side of my brain. That said, I did zero research, but I know a lot about Lucky Charms, so I figured that I am qualified enough to give this presentation. So why don't we go ahead and just get started before anything else. Alright, so in case you don't know yet, it's you. We are learning about you. You guys are the Lucky Charms. I prepared this presentation for the past couple of days. I put a lot of effort into it, and I hope it will be clear enough. Also, at any point, feel free to expose any of your questions, and I will try my best to answer. I'll be asking you guys if you have any questions halfway through every slide. So yes. This fricker, it's you! You're a Lucky Charm with the appearance of a clover and the attitude of something else. Many different personalities are held by the Lucky Charms. They are all very special and unique, but they all share very common traits, and that's what we are going to talk about today. Yes. Okay. So, first off, everybody, we're going to start learning about your insides, alright? And what better way to learn about your insides than to open up a Lucky Charm and seeing what is there inside. This is totally humane, okay? So I'm just gonna pick one of our subjects. Are you free? Are you free? You there, down there? Are you free? Will you be free for this demonstration? Will you? Yeah? You're free? Okay. I'm gonna use this subject, okay? And I have a knife. So I'm just gonna open it up, and then we're gonna see what's inside, okay? Are you guys okay with that? Does anybody else volunteer? No? Jeez, guys, you really believed I was just gonna cut open the Lucky Charm? My god, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna cut up a Lucky Charm. I'm not a monster. My god, jeez. You just accepted it. You just went ahead and accepted it. Like I've done it before. Me? No, I'm a leprechaun. I would never do such a thing, me. Instead, I have brought a happy little fella. This little fella, look at him. Is the prime example of a healthy Lucky Charm, you know? Just the default green colored Lucky Charm with normal lips, not plump lips. Some Lucky Charms have plumper lips than others. He's got a very happy predisposition. He looks really happy to be here. And over there on the bottom left, I have a little X-ray machine. So we're gonna analyze what's inside of him without having to cut him open. I repeat, without having to cut him open. We're not gonna cut him open. So before we go into it, I would like to know your theories. What do you guys think you're made out of? What do you think you have? Do you think you have bones? Do you think you have muscles? Do you think you have organs? All stem? Pure undiluted heroin? What do you mean heroin? Fleonated perversion, spite and coffee, Lucky Charms. My God, try to think in a more scientifical way. Come on, I busted out my brain side of scientificalness, so therefore you should too. Broken dreams, that's not scientific enough. Everybody knows that dreams end at science. It's me. It's one of you. It's one of you guys. Do we have meat? I wonder if you guys have meat. Do you think you have meat? It's all just pollen. 70% made out of fluorine. Okay, only a small intestine. A rotten brain. Okay, all right. You can stop your speculating. So this X-ray machine of mine, it's not very how do I say it? It's not quite the most recent model of X-ray machines. So there might be some stuff that we are missing. I don't know. Lucky Charms are very enigmatic creatures. So I can only hope that what this X-ray machine will show us is enough for us to learn, even just a teeny tiny bit of it. That said, it does have 3 different categories. Not categories, it's like filters? Yeah, 3 different filters. It's got a filter to look for bones. It's got a filter to look for muscles. And it's got a filter to look for organs. Kind of like how I don't know if that's how real X-ray machines work actually. I mean no, this is a real X-ray machine. All I'm saying is that it's a little bit special. It's not the same model that you see in normal hospitals. It's a Cloverfield certified X-ray machine that I built last night. Don't worry, Lucky Charm. It's not gonna give you cancer, probably. Probably. Yes. We are a single cell. Okay, so I'm gonna first turn on the bones, because I feel like Lucky Charms don't have bones, right? So if I turn on the filter for bones, okay, there, it's turned on. We can go ahead and look for bones. If there's no bones in your body, you won't see anything. So let's just go ahead and check it out. Now, shall we? Okay. So no bones so far. Oh, I see something over there. Huh? You seem to have a bone. Some sort of eye socket. Okay. So you do have a bone. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. You have mandibles? Oh God! Oh, that's horrifying. That's freaking horrifying. What the heck? Yikes! That whole thing is inside of. What the frick? Look at that. That's the inside of Lucky Charms. Oh, there's little things at the top. What the frick is that? I wonder what that bone is for. Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So, when you guys complain of your rib cage, you are actually right. I should be more careful when I'm squeezing you guys. Look at that. Look at that. We are evil? You do look evil. Look at those little chompers. You can even see your teeth right there. Huh. Interesting. That's interesting to know. We're apex predators. Sure you are, Lucky Charm. Sure you are. Okay. All right. So we saw your bones. Now I wonder if you have organs. Where's the stem bone? Where's the stem bone at? Well, okay. Let's see. Let's see it a little bit closer. I'm gonna get closer. So you seem to have a stem bone right there. Look at that. You see that? That's like a little bit of a tailbone, you know, if you were to look for similarities with humans, right? That's too small. What? Were you expecting to have bones in your stem? And then you have a spine. Huh. Okay. And your teeth.
Any excuse to look at the stain? H-U-H.
I mean, there isn't much to look at stem when it comes to bones. I guess you don't have bones in your stem. The hip bone connects to the stem bone. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, the Lucky Charm back pain. Also, there seems to be some bones connected to the eye sockets too. I wonder if it's because you guys can do the awooga thing and get your eyes to bulge. I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with that. We're gonna see. Do you guys want to see the muscles or the organs first? Because I don't know if you guys have muscles, but I know for a fact that you guys definitely have organs. Yeah, exactly. You can bulge your eyes like that. Okay, you want to see organs first? Okay. Well then, let me just put the machine aside. Like that. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit. And zoom in, zoom out. Okay. And let me turn on the organs. The organs setting. Okay, there we go. It should be activated now. Should be activated. Everything should be working as planned. Also, I can also turn on different different settings at once. So that will be helpful later on. So that we can see how things like fall into place with each other. Big brain and big heart for sure. Okay, well, keep in mind this is a healthy Lucky Charm, so I'm hoping that it has a brain. Okay, let's see. So should we start from the top? No, I think we should start from the bottom. Alright. So starting from the bottom. Oh! Oh, I see that! You see those? You see that? That's... Okay. Oh, you do have a heart! So you have like 3 organs? Huh. What is that one? Oh, that's the brain! Oh, that's the brain! You do have a brain! Ah! Okay. So this Lucky Charm has a brain. Those seem to be the ocular glands, which gives you the ability to see. They are directly connected to the brain, so they give you the ability to watch my streams. Then that. Actually, let me check my notes. Let me see what that is. That purple thing. It seems to be the void. The void. Yes. That's the void. More about that in a bit. I have a whole section dedicated to this. It's not the tongue. I think the tongue is a muscle. And then over here we have the squeaker in green. That's the squeaker. We have the heart. And we have the sap producing glands. Ah, they're so small. Huh. I guess maybe the size varies between Lucky Charms. Why are they blue? The X-ray machine colors every single different thing automatically. So it's like it's an arbitrary color. Doesn't mean that they are this color. But yeah, so that's the sap producing glands. We got the squeaker. I have a Lucky Charm right here. It's what produces this sound. Yeah. And then you have a heart. Aww. So cute. Yeah. Can we see how this basically fits with the bones? Let's see. Let me turn on the bone setting again. There we go. Alright, let's see. So it seems that the heart is protected by the rib cage, and so is the squeaker. But I guess you guys' rib cage is not that strong. It's very bendy. I guess your organs are just really, really durable. And the sap producing glands fall on those two bones. I think they are being supported by them, huh? Interesting. Huh. Wait, is the squeaker our lung? You think it's... Wait, you think it's a lung? I don't think it's a lung because as far as my research goes, you guys breathe by photosynthesis. It can't be a lung. No, there's no way that's a lung. No, that's a squeaker. The technical name is squeaker. Then how can we speak? I think it has something to do with the void. We'll get to that in a second. This is just to see the parts. It's not to learn everything about them yet. So then, the brain. The brain fits behind the eyes. Okay. Alright, interesting. Then how do we breathe? Photosynthesis. Do I have to explain to you how photosynthesis works? I thought you guys learned that back in Lucky Charm school. Okay, let me put this aside for now. Fine, if you want me to look it up. I mean, not look it up. I mean, see my notes about photosynthesis so I can summarize it for you perfectly. So, photosynthesis is the process in which light energy is converted to chemical energy in the form of sugars. In a process driven by light energy, glucose molecules are constructed from water and carbon dioxide, and oxygen is relieved as a byproduct. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Basically, your leaves double down as lungs when you catch sunlight. I suppose maybe the squeaker can function as some sort of fallback breathing organ in case you don't catch any light. In that case, it might be kind of dangerous to squeak you. Stop sending the nerd emojis! My god, I'm just teaching you, Lucky Charms. You uncultured swines! Shut up! Plants also generate chlorophyll from this process, which is why they're green. Yeah, so I guess the more light you get, the more greener you are, huh? Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's very interesting. Right, anyway. Now that we've seen the organs and the bones, why don't we look for muscles? Let's look for muscles. So does the Lucky Charm have any muscles? Let me turn it on. There we go. So looking for... Oh, we got some muscles. Huh. Oh, there's the tongue. Oh god, that's the stuff from nightmares. Oh my god, that's the stuff from nightmares. Oh god, that's freaking terrifying. Okay. Oh, and the whole stem has muscles inside. Huh. Interesting. I would. Well, when a Lucky Charm likes another Lucky Charm very, very much. That's a conversation for in a bit. Not yet. Yeah, look at him, so muscly. So you seem to have a line of muscles that follows your verticality. Over there, you see it? Right there. This muscle. It seems to extend just so you can basically control your leaves. So you guys control your leaves with muscles, it seems. So you can like contract them and fold. And then I guess those muscles are just so you can blink or something. And that leaf shape, those 4 leaf shaped muscles, you see them? Like on following the curves of your leaves. I guess those are supposed to control every single leaf of yours. Huh. Interesting. Then there's a bunch of muscles in your face, so you can do a variety of different expressions. And then you got your mouth, so you can basically move your mouth up and down. Interesting. So that's how the hug emoji works. Yeah. I always thought it was the wind doing that. No, it's you guys. You're like a friggin' have you ever watched The Thing? Yeah, kind of like that, but covered in leaves. Yeah, how do we reproduce? Be patient. Be patient, my dear Lucky Charms. You will have a whole category for that. Don't worry. I've been very thorough. We certainly got more muscle than you. Shut the frick up. So yeah, it seems like you guys have a lot of muscles here. Let me turn on the muscles and the bones and see what it looks like together. Okay. So that's how the tongue fits in there. Huh. Okay. You know, maybe that triangle-shaped bone, it might be kind of like how humans have bones that they don't exactly need anymore. Maybe it's like a generational progress thing that you don't need anymore. I wonder why you have it. It might actually be used to move your leaf. I don't know. Are we devils? I don't know. Are you? Yeah, that's very interesting. So interesting. And let me turn it all on now. Let me turn that on with the organs as well. Okay, there you go. Ah, that's how everything fits together. Look at that. Isn't this so enlightening, Lucky Charms? We look handsome. I wonder if I can get one X-ray machine that actually figures out your nervous system. Yeah, that's a very healthy Lucky Charm right there. Yeah. How can we be so horrifying on the inside yet so cute on the outside? I don't know, but I think it's amazing. Do we have veins? I don't know actually. This machine is not strong enough for that. But I'm guessing that if you have a heart and if you have muscles, you must have veins to some extent, right? As I said at the beginning, Lucky Charms are very enigmatic creatures. There's a lot I don't know about them yet. So this presentation is more so about what I've learned over the course of a whole year. So, anyway, did this prove enlightening to you, Lucky Charms? Did you learn a lot about yourselves? About your insides? Yes? Yes. Do you have any questions before we move on? If you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Let me just drink some water. Where Fuyo need bladder? I'll get more on that in a second, but I think it has something to do with that void too. Sensei, why does the heart not show as a muscle? It's one too. I don't know. It's an organ. Muscle. Maybe that's why it's the same color as the muscles. Don't ask me those questions. I'm a scientist, not a technician. How much does Lucky Charm anatomy line up with Fuyo anatomy? Well, Lucky Charms and Fuyo are very different creatures, so I'd say the anatomy is very, very different. But this is not a Fuyo learning about Fuyo. This is a learning about the Lucky Charms. It's a leprechaun X-ray machine. It works on magic, not science. No, it's pure science. Pure science, yes. Second thing I always say, how does leprechaun Lucky Charm reproduction work? Hypothetically. I don't know because I've never tried. There is zero evidence for such a thing. So I have no idea. Time to try. No. No. So we don't know about that subject enough yet. Guys, don't go saying for science. No. No, I don't want to get pregante. I don't want to risk it. Time for a feeling spread. No, Lucky Charm, stop it. might figure it out later when we get to the reproduction section of things. Maybe we'll get some theories going. Okay. So let's move on to the next subject. So now that we've seen every single bit of you guys, it's time for us to examine every single bit of you. Okay? So we've seen the outside. No, we've seen the insides. Now let's take a peek at the insides. Lucky Charm's outside anatomy. Here you go. Here's our friend again. And a very important thing at the top right. Lucky Charms come in many sizes, shapes, colors, and personalities. So you guys are very, very different from each other. There might be some that are similar, but every Lucky Charm is different. But, however, most Lucky Charms possess a stem. They also possess a mouth. Some of them don't. I actually have a specimen here that does not possess a mouth. This one, this little guy. You see him? He does not have a mouth. And that's okay. It's okay to not have a mouth. Sadly, this little guy cannot exactly drink Fuyo. But maybe he can absorb it with his leaves, right? But what if he must scream? Well, in Fuyo Scientology, we refer to this as an anomaly, which we will also learn about in a bit. Also, all Lucky Charms have leaves. Leaf is very important. It's how they breathe. It's how they sometimes move stuff. It's where their body basically is located. The leaves are actually stronger than they look. Lucky Charms tend to be thicker than normal clovers, so they kind of function as a body and it protects them from the outside world. Kind of like this. Hold on. Ching! Here's a side view of a Lucky Charm. A common healthy Lucky Charm. They're kind of thicker than the usual clover, so yeah. And lastly, they also have peepers. It's how they see. Some Lucky Charms have more than 2. Some Lucky Charms have less than 2. Some Lucky Charms can't see. Some are blind, and that's okay. But for the common Lucky Charm, they do have peepers. They do have leaves. They have mouths, and they have stems. Inside of the mouths, they have tongues, and also voids, which we will talk about in a bit. So these are the simplest outer parts of a Lucky Charm. How does a Lucky Charm hear? That's a very interesting question. We'll get to that in a bit as well. I have a slide for that. How's the leaf texture? Most Lucky Charms have kind of a smooth leaf texture. It depends on how well you take care of your leaf. There's some Lucky Charms that can actually grow hair on their leaves, which I kind of don't understand it. But usually they are smooth. You know? Smooth. Kind of like a stress toy. Yeah. Yeah, like rubbery. Yes, kind of rubbery. Yeah, because we bathe regularly, unlike Fuyo. Shut the frick up. This is okay. How often does a Lucky Charm need to clean his leaves? Well, you won't exactly die if you don't clean your leaves, but it's recommended because you guys need to drink water anyway. So when you drink water, it automatically kind of refreshes your leaves, and it kind of works as a bath as well. So whenever you drink water, you're kind of also taking a bath. You can drink water by placing it in your mouth, or you can also just be doused with water. You know, kind of like watering a plant. You can absorb water in those 2 ways. It sounds like Lucky Charms might be a plant/animal hybrid creature. Photosynthesis and leaves, but also hair and muscles and neurons. Yeah, right? It's interesting. Talking from experience? What about Fuyo? Okay, about Fuyo, I also have a little bit more about that in a different slide. But Fuyo is more like a treat. It's not meant to always be given to a Lucky Charm. In fact, if given too much to a Lucky Charm, it can cause some side effects. It's not very healthy for you. It's kind of like eating too much sugar and then having a sugar rush. It's kind of dangerous. It makes you go a bit cray-cray. It makes you go a bit crazy bonkers. Worth it? Fuyone just like air to me, and it's addicting, which is another reason why you guys shouldn't drink so much Fuyone. Getting gordo on Fuyone, no! Don't get gordo on Fuyone. It's not good for you, Lucky Charms. Okay, so that's the general anatomy. Now let's go into every single piece, starting with the peepers. Peepers. So peepers can have different shapes, sizes, and colors. It depends on, well, genetics and just how you were brought up, I suppose, as well as how well you take care of yourselves. They are used to see the world around you. They are connected with the little neurons to your brain to make up a picture. They are used to see and also to whoa. Yeah, you can see and you can whoa with them. Very important. Yes. So you also have crying glands that produce salty water tears, as you can see right there. Lucky Charms can have more or less than two eyes, and their pupils can also vary in look. As you can see, I have a variety of different Lucky Charms over here, but there's many different kinds of eyes that you guys can have, just like humans, I suppose. There's different shapes, different sizes, different styles. Some Lucky Charms even do makeup, which, you know, it's kind of like catfishing. You can change your eye shape completely. So yeah, really impressive. Also, as you can see from this little guy over here right next to my head, as I mentioned before, you have the ability to bulge out your eyes when you see something that you really like. Slay! Sorry, I hiccuped. I'm gonna drink some more water. Ooh. Leaf-shaped cannon. Okay. So, next. That's all about the eyes. Actually, before I move on, any question about the eyes? I feel like they're pretty straightforward. We see something we like right now. Here's a question. Can Lucky Charms have more eye colors than green and black? Yes. Yes, Lucky Charms can have more eye colors than green and black. They can also have different little pupil shapes. Kind of like how I have the shiny eye shape. You guys can also have shiny eye shape. I don't know if that's kind of a genetics thing or it's just something that you earn with life. Kind of like a pony mark, friendship mark, you know. Eyebrows? Oh, I didn't exactly mention eyebrows in this whole presentation because the eyebrows are basically moved by your muscles on your face. So, yeah. What are the eyebrows? I don't know if they're not hair. Unless you grow hair in that particular spot, they're not hair. Some Lucky Charms don't exactly have a visible eyebrow, even though you can kind of move the muscle. I guess it's just a different coloration and it looks like eyebrows. And since you can move them like eyebrows, they are eyebrows. So they're eatable? What, the eyebrows? Well, I guess anything is edible if you try hard enough. So I feel like Lucky Charms can also be edible. If we have the shiny eyes, does that mean we are related to Fuyo? Not exactly. It can mean something entirely different. You've seen other people with shiny eyes as well, and they're not related to me. Does heterochromia happen in Lucky Charms? It can happen, yes. Why are they so big? You can have smaller eyes. Not all Lucky Charms have big eyes, but yeah. The bigger the eyes, the easier the Lucky Charm can see. Are our eyes pretty? Yes, they are very pretty. What about glasses? You can wear glasses, yes. But you have to wear specifically made glasses for Lucky Charms. Otherwise, if you wear normal human glasses, they're gonna be pressing against your eye, which is not very comfortable, I guess. Fuyo Sensei, where does the salt in our ears come? In our eyes come from? Interesting question. I suppose it's from the sap glands, yeah, something like that. It's the sap glands can also produce tears. They have different properties. How did the glasses fit? We don't have ears. You can fit them in between your horizontal creases of your leaves. Makes perfect sense. I believe it. Yes. So the tears are... No! Well, another theory would be that the eye itself has tear glands, and whenever you are watered, it gets mixed up. The water gets mixed up with, you know, other stuff like salt. I don't know. Don't think too hard about it. You drink water, water comes out. Don't try to walk back. We know what it is now. Well, but your tears are not fully sap, because sap is white and your tears are blue, so it's gotta have some different stuff in there, okay? I would say the amount of sap in your tears is minimal, because otherwise your tears would be white. Speaking of tears, Sensei, since we have no stomach, what happens to the bananas we eat while crying? They go to the void. Which I will talk about right now. Next, everybody. Let's move on from the peepers. Mouth. Learning about the mouth. So, as I said before, the mouth can also have different shapes, sizes, and colors. Same applies to your tongue. You can have different tongue colors. And you can also have different sized lips. Some Lucky Charms don't have very protruding lips, but others have very exaggerated lips, like you see it right there. And it's really impressive. It's been theorized that the thicker the lips, the easier a time the Lucky Charm have mating. Given the fact that kissing is a very important part of the reproduction process. Also, the mouth is very important to express yourselves and to eat. That's how you guys eat. The mouth has different things. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. You have teeth. You have teeth. Most of you guys have teeth. You have the inside, basically the membrane that is the inside of your mouth. You have a tongue that can also vary in size, and you have a void. Now, about the void, food goes in the void, and sounds come out of it. Okay? Basically, anything you eat goes into the void. The thing about the void is that nobody knows what it exactly is. Because, you know, the name is pretty self-explanatory. It's a void. You guys can eat literally a massive amount of food, and it just goes in the void. And somehow, in the void, it gets turned into nutrients, and it helps you. It helps keep you healthy. And it seems that inside of the void, there's also some sort of system that produces sound, which is how you guys can talk. Yeah. So that is kind of how it works. It's a very enigmatic sort of organ, but it's not exactly an organ because it feels more like a hole. But it also doesn't take much space inside of you, which is just, you know, kind of impressive. So Fuyo works in a quantum manner. Sensei, you also have a void. Are they the same? No, because your void is literal. My void is a metaphor. I don't actually have a void. Not in this sense. Interesting. So there are square teeth and pointy shark teeth. Yes, these are teeth that look similar to human teeth. You have like normal teeth, you have pointy teeth, and you have like square teeth. I guess those would be akin to molars. So yes, you do have teeth. This Lucky Charm, this specimen is missing a tooth. But almost all of the Lucky Charms that I've ever met, they have teeth. Yeah. I wonder if Lucky Charm voids could be used as a power source. I don't know. It sounds very uncomfortable. Because I would guess Lucky Charms have kind of a gag reflex, right? I don't know. I've never tried it. Do you guys have a gag reflex? I don't know. So we can consume and digest meat? Yes. Anything can go in the void. You can literally eat stuff that is not edible. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Guys, come on. It's for science. What if our true form is the void and we are just piloting the Lucky Charm as a flesh mecha? That's an interesting theory. I would rather not get very existential. Otherwise, you guys would start having a little bit of a breakdown. So don't worry too much about it. So I can eat adamantit? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Lucky Charms can literally eat anything and they'd be fine. Are we real? Yes. You are real to me. What else? So yeah, tongue and teethies can produce sounds. You can produce squeaks with the squeaker, but the sounds that come out of the void are kind of different. Sensei, is kissing an important part of reproduction? How does that relate to kissing you? Kissing is more like a ritual of the reproduction process. You know? It's kind of a proof that Lucky Charms like each other very, very much. And it's just a nice act. You know? It's something very nice. When you guys do it with me, that's okay too. That's okay too. I will get more on the reproduction process in a bit. But yeah. Kissing is how Lucky Charms show affection. And they can also show dominance with kissing too. They can show... Basically kissing is just a means to communicate. It's an important part of a Lucky Charm. Not just for reproduction, but mostly for reproduction. Hence holding and kissing or stem holding and kissing. Well, you don't exactly have hens unless you have an anomaly. Some Lucky Charms have hens. I'll get on the anomalies in a bit. Sensei, I heard at another lecture that the Lucky Charm lips require extensive tummy contact, lest they dry out. Is this true? No, that is not true. That is not true. To hydrate your lips, you need to drink water. Tummy kisses are just tummy kisses. That's just showing affection towards the tummy. Sensei, will we have practical lessons today? Not at the academy. I mean, not in the middle of the presentation, but maybe later. Maybe later if you guys really, really wanna test it out. But yeah. Or you guys can just steal kisses from me if you want. I don't exactly mind. Yes, I'm very excited to learn more. Well, it's very important for a Lucky Charm to master the art of kissing. So it's not surprising that a lot of you guys are masters at that. Because you do it a lot between yourselves, and to me too. It's just a very common thing for Lucky Charms to do. Can you give us an example? So, Lucky Charms, in case one of you guys doesn't know how to kiss, which I would be very surprised if you didn't. Basically, you pucker up your lips, and then you press them together, and then you do a... That's how you kiss. Come on, Lucky Charms, repeat with me. Mwah. Exactly, see? You guys are naturals. You guys are naturals. Sensei, I feel like I need more practice. Well, you can always request your fellow students for help. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to help you. Instructions unclear. I ate my lips. That is not possible. That is not possible. You might have accidentally sucked them into your void, so just give them some time and they'll eventually come out. That also kind of happens when you eat a lemon. When Lucky Charms eat lemons, the acidity of it, if they have thick lips, the lips kind of go inside of the mouth, inside of the void for a little bit, until they go back to normal. It's kind of funny thing to watch. It's not painful as far as I'm aware. It's just kind of funny to look at. Have you seen the Hatsune Miku meme? The lemon! You know the one? I hope my explanation was good enough. Do you guys have any other questions? Also, thank you so much for the super slick G. Thank you. Would you be able to store stuff in the void by reaching into it through our mouths? You would have to have a way to put your stem into your mouth, and also to basically use suction with your stem. And that's an ability that not all Lucky Charms have. Basically, only a few select Lucky Charms have mastered the ability of sucking stuff with the tip of the stem. So either you have a very long stem that allows you to like wrap around objects inside of your void, or you have sucking abilities with your stem that allows you to reach out into the void and suck something out. But also, you would need a lot of like void awareness to be able to know where you store the things, because usually stuff is just kind of lost forever once it's there, you know? Can you give us a demonstration of sucking a stem? Well, I don't have a stem. I don't have a stem. So I can't exactly give you an example, but I suppose I could try to draw it quickly. How much data do we have on the void storage? It depends on the size of the void and on the size of the Lucky Charm. You can borrow mine? Huh? No, you guys are supposed to put it into your voids. I don't have a void. Excuse me, Fuyo Sensei. Does that mean that mouthless Lucky Charms can't reproduce? Mouth... That's not exactly true. Mouthless Lucky Charms can still reproduce, because technically, the only thing that you need to reproduce is a working sap glands and a stem. The lips are more like a, you know, a thing that helps with getting a mate, you know? So it's more helpful in that sense. I say it's important in the reproduction process, but you can definitely reproduce without lips and without mouths. Do mouthless Lucky Charms have a void? I believe so. I think so. Yeah. I think so. Unless they have some sort of anomaly, but if they don't have a void, I would be very worried. That sounds kind of like a disabled Lucky Charm. That doesn't sound like an anomaly, that sounds like a disability. Sensei, is there a way to acquire additional inventory slots for your voids? I mean, I have a theory that if you eat enough stuff, you can expand its size, but it will also make you fatter. But it takes a lot, because the void seems infinite. What is it used for then? I don't know, it seems just like a dormant thing, because there's no hole. So it's just like, there's no mouth hole, so there's just a void. I would guess that that's how the nutrients are like stored. I don't know. That, like I said, it sounds more like a disability than anything. Do mouthless Lucky Charms need to scream? Maybe? If they have a void, they can produce the sound, but it'll be kind of like screaming with your mouth closed. Kind of like that, you know? Sensei, do our teeth grow back if they're broken? Yes, yes. Kind of like a shark, you guys can infinitely grow teeth. Wait, is that how I got so big? Maybe. Is it possible for a Lucky Charm to reproduce with a boobro? Interspecies reproduction seems to be possible with boobros, with pond pups, and I've also seen some seals. We'll get on that in a bit. So can punch our teeth out without limit? Yeah. But I don't exactly know 100%. It seems to like depend on the Lucky Charm and depend on the other creature. You know, I should have asked this question at the start. What is the average height of the charms? Lucky Charms vary in size wildly. There's many different sizes. They range from 5 centimeters to 10 meters to more or less. They can grow very big. Yeah. I can't exactly give you the medium default size. But yeah, on the topic of crossbreeding, that is how some mixed Lucky Charms came to be. It's because Lucky Charms like to experiment sometimes. And they go spreading their sap around, and then it happens. Well, actually, I guess it is possible for Lucky Charms to reproduce with a Fuyo. Because now that I'm thinking about it, we have kind of done it. Haven't we? You remember when we were at the lab? And we tried to make a creature, and we mixed my DNA with your DNA? I guess it's possible in a way. Right? Yeah, it's kind of possible. Yeah, the perfect charm. Yeah, I remember that. I was drunk. Lucky Charms, you shouldn't kiss while drunk. So interbreed is possible. I guess the sap is just very potent. It's a very potent substance. Okay. So that's it about the mouth. Let's move on to leaves. Okay, on the topic of leaves, they can regrow even if they get torn apart, like you can see here. They are the breathing organ through photosynthesis. They are very versatile and they have a wide range of movement. As you can see here, this Lucky Charm is able to completely fold the leaf. It functions as a very sturdy body, even though it looks kind of like, you know, very flimsy. And they come in many different colors. They also come in different sizes in relation to the Lucky Charm. As you can see here, this Lucky Charm has massive shaped leaves. And this one has very teeny tiny leaves. It can come in many different shapes. So there's some that are shaped more kind of like a heart. There's some that are purely round. There's some that have a more esoteric shape. They can have a wide number of, well, not that wide actually. Most likely, you guys will have either 4 or 3 leaves, because if you have more than that, it kind of starts to fall into the tumor category. It kind of looks more like a tumor. But yes. Also, the orientation of the leaves is also variable, and so is the thickness. There's some Lucky Charms that have thicker insides, and so that makes their leaves thicker or thinner. Yeah. So, any questions about the leaves? I think this is pretty straightforward. We've been talking about the leaves throughout the presentation anyway. Yes, leaves are different sizes from one another. It's completely normal. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. If your leaves are not all the same size, that's completely okay. I guess I did not write it down here because it just skipped my mind, but some Lucky Charms don't have completely symmetrical features, or the similarly sized features either. That's okay. Does leaf size matter? No, of course not. Although, it kind of can affect how you breathe. Like, for example, how big or how small they are. The Lucky Charm on the right would probably breathe really fast like a chihuahua, and the Lucky Charm on the left would probably breathe really slowly. So I can just imagine this Lucky Charm breathing like, you know? standard leaf size correlates to stem size. Is that true? No, that's a completely false myth. However, it's kind of like a bush. A bigger bush makes the stem of the tree look smaller. But no bush makes it look bigger. I think that's how the saying goes, right? So the smaller the leaves in relation to the stem, the bigger the stem looks. But that's more like, you know, that's more of a visual illusion sort of thing, because it doesn't really affect it. It doesn't exactly affect it. Trim your leaves, guys. Yeah, but don't trim them too much, otherwise you're gonna end up like this little guy. Look at him. He's gonna become a gasping mess of a Lucky Charm. His stem is huge. Does trimming our leaves hurt? I'd imagine so, because you kind of have, you know... even though we didn't have the... what is the word? Even though in the X-ray we didn't have a category for... Frick, I forgot the name. Nerves! Yes, thank you. Even though we didn't have a thing for nerves, I'm guessing that you guys have nerves all across your body, including the stem and the leaves. Even though the stem is the most sensitive side of your body, I am guessing the leaves are also pretty sensitive. How do you trim leaves? Can we also use wax? No, don't use wax! If you use wax, you're just gonna friggin' rip the thing off. You don't want that. Sensei, can stems grow over time, or are they predetermined by genes? Sadly, they are predetermined by genes. However, there seems to be some methods that can, you know, help you get a bigger or smaller size of stem. It can heal somewhat if it gets cut, but it's harder to heal than the leaves. Best cure for small stem, Fuyo ASMR. There's a method that I've been taught that's basically this. Hold on. I got it handy. Okay. It's gotta be here somewhere. Here it is. There's a method, but it's very, very painful. It's very, very painful for the Lucky Charms. The method is the following. This is the method. So, it's not very, I don't endorse it, because it can also thin your stem. But basically, it's pulling. If you pull it, there's a chance that it will get bigger. Unless you have a very rubbery stem, in which case it'll be kind of like pulling an elastic and it'll just go back and hurt you even more. So, it depends on your genes too. Yeah. Please do not trim your own leaves. It's a serious medical procedure, and the secondary X-ray machine indicates that nerves extend into the leaves. Yes. You have to be really careful when trimming your leaves. SBT. Do female Lucky Charms have stems? Oh yeah, thank you for posing this question. Lucky Charms don't exactly have a gender. You know, like, it's not exactly relevant, you know? However, the thing that would be the most similar to, like, a female and a male Lucky Charm would be a Lucky Charm without a stem, you know? I guess. But, yeah. And, in that case, I guess the leaves would be the most important part of the Lucky Charm. I don't know, there might be some Lucky Charms that have funny little hole in the back or something. instead of a stem. But I'm not sure. I haven't done enough research on that. Do stemless have voids instead? Well, all Lucky Charms have voids. Okay, all Lucky Charms have voids. Even if they don't have any stems, they have a void. So my theory is that maybe some Lucky Charms might have a little hole in the back, kind of like a belly button that extends into the void. But I don't have enough research to be able to confidently tell you guys this. So yes, but for the most part, Lucky Charms don't exactly bend to the laws of gender. You know, it's not. It doesn't really matter. In the back, I don't think that's a belly button. Any female Lucky Charms? I guess you would have to say any stemless Lucky Charms. Willing to give your bodies for science. Sounds pretty woke to me. It's anatomy. It's literally just anatomy. But yeah. Anyway, that is currently a subject to be explored in the Lucky Charm anatomy. But what I mean is that Lucky Charms don't exactly need a male and a female to like reproduce, for example. You know, all they need is stem and sap. You know? Can a Lucky Charm be only stem? Huh. If it somehow managed to get the heart, the brain, all smooshed into the stem, I guess it is possible. It has to be possible somehow. But yeah. Wouldn't that be a tentacle charm then? No, that would be a stem charm. Mrs. Fuyo, what is the upper limit for the amount of stems one charm can have? There is no limit, thanks to Anomalies, which we will learn about in a bit. But a Lucky Charm can grow more than one stem. Alright, next! Your favorite, guys. It's time to move on to stem. About the stem. So, a stem can be a means of mobility, but it is always a means of reproduction. It can be hard or soft. Some Lucky Charms don't have it. And also it has no bones, usually. It's harder to heal than leaves, and also incredibly painful if it gets hurt. And a juice that's kind of sweet comes out of it. That's sap. And the sap contains the seeds for reproduction. As we will see here, it kind of gushes out. Yeah. How does it stay rigid then? Muscles. Or maybe kind of like sponge tissue. I'm not sure. How do you know it's sweet, Fuyo? I've been tricked into tasting sap. I've been tricked into it. You guys remember during Christmas when you aimed at my back? Yeah. When I was taking off my shirt later that night, it kind of got in my face, and it smelled sweet, so I just went, and it was sweet. But yeah, it seems to be a very sweet necktie. The size of the stem can vary. It can have very big, very small, or none. The shape can also vary. Some are more bendy than others. It can also vary in thickness, but they're always very sensitive. The stems are very sensitive. Yes. So are you craving sweet stuff right now? Just asking. No! Lucky Charms! Stop it! You stop it! But yeah, that is basically how a stem works. I've been answering a lot of questions about stems all throughout it. But do you guys got any other questions about stems? Can we use socks on our stems? Yes you can, if you're cold. Wait, they can be swirly? Yes, they can be swirly. You can walk by basically either hopping with a swirly stem or hopping with just a normal stem, or you know, it's interesting. How do you heal a stem? You just have to give it time. It heals with time. And also maybe put some ice on it. It will help to ease the pain. Can we use the stems to fly like a helicopter? Yes. There will be another slide later that shows it. Mrs. Fuyo, are the rumors true that a Lucky Charm gets old enough they get bones throughout the stem? I haven't exactly researched on that theory much because I haven't seen a Lucky Charm getting old. You know, they seem to be kind of like... They seem to have a longer lifespan than me. I don't know. But I have never seen a Lucky Charm dying. Because we're already older than Fuyo at least. What do you mean? Look at the badges. Oh yeah, frick, you are right. But that's more like facial hair. That's growing facial hair. Why do we have a white beard now though? I think that's more so, you know, growing facial hair. Doesn't mean you're getting old and gray and like cracking. But maybe you are. Oji-chan, Oji-sans, rise up. Oji-charms, rise up. I don't know, if there is a very, very old Lucky Charm here that would like to function as a subject, I could try to open up your stem and see if there's any bones in there. But I'm guessing it's just a feeling. You know, like it feels like there's bones cracking in there, but it might just be the stem being dried out because you're not drinking enough water, or you know, there can be many reasons. Sensei, what is the largest stem ever recorded? I don't think there's a record for that, but the largest stem that I have seen was about 200% bigger than the body of the Lucky Charm. Yeah. But the Lucky Charm wasn't very big. I'm talking relatively. I kind of used that Lucky Charm as a measurement tape. Sensei, I heard that Fuyo can help a stem heal. Is that true? There is no research that proves the fact, but Fuyo does boost the serotonin in Lucky Charm, so maybe that can help a bit and to ease the pain in the process. Why does my stem hurt sometimes when I sap too much? Probably because you sapped so much, the sap glands kind of, you know, look like a raisin, and they kind of extend through part of your stem, and that can be very painful. So you have to be gentle with yourself. Sensei, as a muscle, does the stem get weak if you don't use it enough? Yes. Yes, if you don't walk, if you stay seated down forever and you don't use your stem, it will eventually stop, you know, being so easy to walk. So you should always exercise your stem. And before you ask, yes, you can build muscle on your stem. So even if your stem is not very big, you can make it strong. Sensei, what is the correlation between stem uppies and Fuyo ASMR? Fuyo ASMR seems to be a key thing for some of the Lucky Charms' happiness, and stem uppies seems to be related to Lucky Charm happiness. So the happier that the Lucky Charm is, the more uppies the stem is. So, yeah. It seems to be related. I've heard of some Lucky Charms having difficulty stiffening their stem. It's sad. It's okay, but it's not a lost cause. It's not a lost cause. Stem dysfunction can be fixed. When you say the stem was 200% larger, do you mean girth or in length? I mean in length. Yeah, it was very thin. How often is sap replenished? I'd say every day. But if you are healthy and if you eat a lot of stuff, a lot of nutrients, it can just be restored faster, like in a couple of hours. It depends on how healthy you are. How much can a Lucky Charm lift with their stem? Depends on how much you practice with it and how much you actually put work into it. Have you heard of the post-sap depression? I've heard about it. I've heard about it. Might be something that happens, but Lucky Charms. Don't let yourself be depressed after sapping. Don't let yourself do that. Be happy! Be happy that you sapped. Is there a refractory period for sap production? Depends on the Lucky Charm and how healthy they are. A very, very healthy Lucky Charm can sap for a very, very long time. How often is it advised to sap? It depends on the size of your sap glances. Also, sap production speeds up during Fuyo streams. Well, that might again be related to happiness and the happy glances, or well, serotonin. The Lucky Charms suffer blue stem if they don't sap in a long time. Your sap glances can, like, you know, grow in size. You know, like if you don't release sap, they can, like, you know, expand and feel very heavy. So you should probably release sap before that happens. It can be very unhealthy. Sensei, I've heard there are some leprechauns that set up Lucky Charm sapping farms. Is this terrible idea a reality? Sadly, yes. Sadly, yes. I have heard of Lucky Charm enslavement factories where they mass produce Lucky Charms and basically, you know, either use their sap as a delicacy, or they basically reproduce them and turn them into slaves. I shudder at the mere suggestion. Yes, me too. It sounds horrible. However, here at Fuyo Inc. Just kidding. Here at the Fuyo Lucky Charm land, Fuyo's group of Lucky Charms, we strive to make all the Lucky Charms very, very happy. So if you guys ever find out the place where one of those factories is being held, let me know and we will promptly organize a raid and, you know, take all the Lucky Charms from there. Does our sap give health benefits? It's believed so. It's like a very sweet nectar, and it's also very healthy, which is very rare. Usually sweets are very unhealthy, but the sap seems to be healthy. I think I saw one inside of some place called Idol Corp. Then we should probably raid Idol Corp headquarters. Is it like honey? Kind of like honey, yes, but like healthy. Healthier. And it's not so overwhelmingly sweet like honey. So when we raid, we're freeing Lucky Charms? Yes! What does a Lucky Charm look like when born? It goes through several stages. It starts by being born with only like a little stick, which is a stem, and then the leaves start coming out of it and it's really tiny, and then it slowly grows until it matures. Is it true that sap can make your skin look younger? I don't know. I haven't really, you know, seen proof of that. I've seen some studies, but they're a bit sketchy. So finally, what is a group of Lucky Charms called? A Cloverfield! Probably. I don't know, unless you guys have a better name. Are there any sap banks? I mean, you guys can give out your sap to sap banks. Maybe that'll make the factories less prominent if we run them to the ground by having you guys willingly give out your sap. Fuyo Sensei, my sap taste tasting kind of funny. Can you try it out? I don't really feel like sap right now. I'm in more of a water mood. The Cloverfield is perfect? Yeah? I'm big brain. Lucky Charms find love? Well, just don't give up. And eventually, I'm sure you can find your charm soulmate. Yes. Small stem? Other charms make fun of you? Join stem enlargement to get a stem enlargement for 2 whole Fuyo coins. Don't lose it. But yes, as long as you believe, I'm sure you guys can find happiness. Yes, yes, yes. Can one sell sap on the farmer's market? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sap is actually a very expensive product. So, yeah, go ahead. You can make bank. Fuyo-sensei, can you give us hands-on lesson on how to sap for the Lucky Charms that don't know how to do it? Haha, funny story, but every Lucky Charm knows how to sap. Every Lucky Charm knows how to sap without a question. I don't need to teach a Lucky Charm how to do that. It's kind of like instinct, you know? Kind of like how newborn babies know how to float in water. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, it comes natural. So are Lucky Charms a protected species, and are there poaching laws in place to protect them? Well, kind of. Given the fact that Lucky Charms are not a very common species, I mean, even though they are being mass-produced in these factories, they often come out with some interesting deformities because they are not very well treated and there's no, you know, involved. There's only sap. And that can lead to the Lucky Charm not coming out quite right. So it's very hard to push for Lucky Charm laws and Lucky Charm protecting firms because of the fact that they are not exactly recognized as a creature. They are mostly brushed off as just common clovers, you know? And, well, common clovers don't have rights. So, yeah, it's we are fighting for the rights of Lucky Charms. Yes! Fuyo-sensei, are you drinking sap right now? No, I'm drinking water. Cheers. Do you have a count on how many Lucky Charms exist currently, Fuyo? Well, the numbers are not exact. The numbers are not exact. So it's very hard for me to tell. Because a lot of Lucky Charms just go in plain hiding, which is okay, and it's completely understandable given the current circumstances of the world. But yeah. At least 69k? I don't know. I can't prove that those 69k are all Lucky Charms. Alright. Any other questions on stems before we move on to functions? No? No questions? Alright. Let me move on to functions. So next we're gonna go on a little bit of you know, a little bit of a learning spree on the ways you guys work. Some of these questions I might have already answered, so I'm just gonna skip through them if I've already answered them. But we're just gonna see what I have planned here. Hermit charms exist? Yeah. Was the movie Cloverfield about a giant Lucky Charm that was a fan of Godzilla? Maybe, I don't know. Since the Lucky Charm stems taste good, I'm guessing they just taste like, you know, a plant. Like, you know, like a vegetable. Kind of like a lettuce, you know. About reproduction, can a stemless Lucky Charm reproduce? Unless they have some sort of hole to release sap? No. No. In that case, I'm not exactly sure how the sap glands are not gonna, you know, be hurting all the time. My guess is that they internally like release the sap and it goes into the void. Should I shave my stem? As long as you're careful not to hurt yourself. Mm, I've heard some Lucky Charms getting stem cheese if they don't wash it enough. I don't know if that's true, but you should clean your stem nonetheless. I think sap is like a self-cleaning thing, but I don't know. You guys should clean your stems. If a Lucky Charm grows 2 stems, can it walk like a person? Yes! Yes, it can. Alright, let's get started with movement then, since you guys are asking this question. So, movement. About the movement of Lucky Charms. There's many ways that it can move. Alright, they can slither. The most common way for a Lucky Charm to move is to hop. They can also fly, if they master the art of blowing out of their stem. And they can also use their leaves or their stems to propel themselves. However, some other Lucky Charms have come up with ideas. Some have learned how to make mecha, and so they just kind of walk with the help of a mechanical robot. Or they have some sort of device that helps them walk. Or some Lucky Charms are born with anomalies like 2 stems that allows them to walk like a person. So yeah, Lucky Charms seem to be very creative creatures, so they can very easily come up with different ways to do different tasks. The same thing applies for example, picking up stuff. Lucky Charms can use their leaves to pick up stuff, they can use their stems to pick up stuff, they can use their mouths, and some Lucky Charms can even develop the anomaly of a floating hand. It's a quite common anomaly for Lucky Charms to have. It's to grow floating hands. We don't exactly know how they work, but there must be some sort of like telepathy going on. You know? Probably the mysteries of the void. But some Lucky Charms have the ability to have little floating hands. Can a Lucky Charm propel itself by sapping really hard? Yes. It's not advisable though, because it doesn't sound like it can hold that for very long, you know? If a Lucky Charm has a 5th leaf, are they still lucky? Maybe? I mean, they're still Lucky Charms. They're just Lucky Charms with a tumor. But also you can just remove the extra leaf, you know. I don't know if it makes them luckier or unluckier. Telepathy, we can talk to our hens. Kinda. Well, you can control your little hens if you have them. Fuyo Sensei, can we fly using our leaves? You mean like a bird? Yes, you can. Although, I guess that would not be exactly flying. That would be more like catching the wind. Kind of like those weird squirrels. Also, wait, hold on, guys. Give me a second. I am so sorry for this very brief interruption. I have been given pancakes by Mama Leprechaun. I am so happy. I got pancakes. Do you guys want some? And I was also showing her the little presentation that I did. I was like, "Look, Mom, I'm doing a presentation on Lucky Charms. I'm raising awareness." Want some sap with them? I mean, I would appreciate it. We don't have any more syrup. I finished the syrup last time. So if you want to put some sap in it, I would appreciate it. Alright, so let's continue. Do you guys have any other questions on movement? Do you? But yes, you can flap your leaves kind of like a butterfly, for example, as well. I'm sure you guys can come up with way more different kinds of movements, because you guys basically have this body. It belongs to you. So, yeah. What if I just float? Well, then that means you have the ability of telekinesis. Similarly to the Lucky Charms that have the floating hands, you can also just have telekinesis and be able to like... Can you throw us like a frisbee? I can! I would love to do that. Can I break planks with my stem bash? You better practice your stem muscles before you do that, otherwise you might get hurt. Send Mama Leprechaun my regards. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super banana. Thank you. How do Lucky Charms with broken stems move? Well, they need to heal before they move, otherwise it's gonna be very painful. So I guess they slither or they fly using their leaves, but I would not recommend hopping with a broken stem or with a hurt stem. Are Lucky Charms really smart enough to build a mecha? Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Also, can we glide? Yes. Earlier when I was going on about the squirrels, I meant like sugar gliders. I think that's the name. That's what I was kind of talking about. Do we bounce? Yes, you guys are very bouncy. Fuyo Sensei, do we have souls? Yes. Well, I don't know exactly what the soul is, but you guys have your own personalities and your own, you are technically your own people, your own Lucky Charms, so I would guess you guys have a soul of sorts, yes. Get someone to push you around in a wheelchair? Oh yeah, if you have a broken stem, that could also be helpful. Or I can just carry you. Wait, what about Lucky Charms that have humanoid forms? Are they imposters? I'll talk about that in a bit as well. It depends on how the humanoid is built. Okay. Can Lucky Charms fight with their stems? Yes, they can. Some Lucky Charms are more prone to violence than others. How long does it take for us to be able to fly or move our stems? Well, when you are big enough to have the muscles on your stem and on your leaves developed, you can already start moving. Do we leave a sap trail like a snail? Well, if you have too much sap built up, I guess you do. I guess you do. So, yeah. Okay. So next, we've talked about movement. You guys seemed very interested in hearing earlier, so I'm gonna move on to that. Because this is a simple one. So to answer the question earlier from, how do Lucky Charms hear? Lucky Charms have sound receptors between the leaf creases. Basically, at the top and on the sides, between the leaf creases, except for the crease where the stem is coming out of. Well, if the stem is like coming out of the crease, because some stems are coming out of slightly higher, and in that case, a Lucky Charm can kind of have a sound receptor at the bottom as well, but usually the sound receptors are between the leaves. Yeah. So the sound receptors are very sensitive, and they just, you can use them to hear. Also, I realize I did not exactly mention it here, but on the topic of smell, Lucky Charms have many teeny tiny microscopic spores all over their leaves, which can kind of smell. So you guys don't have noses, but you have little holes, microscopic holes. And there's even some Lucky Charms that can like master the ability of like opening those holes, which can get kind of creepy. Let me exemplify. I'm gonna exemplify with this Lucky Charm here. Basically, you can pretend to have a nose by opening two holes right here. But it does take a bit to like master the ability to change the size of these spores. But usually you smell like that. 3 ears? That means we're amazing at locating sounds. That means Lucky Charms are better at locating things based on sound better than owls. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? You guys are so cool. I thought we smelled with our tongues like snakes. I guess maybe if you feel like you also can smell with your tongue, maybe your tongue also has those spores. That must be why so many of us are so receptive to ASMR. Yeah. You sure we're not a predatory creature? I mean, I don't exactly know. I think Lucky Charms are way too civil to like be a predatory like creature. But it depends. Some Lucky Charms are more prone to violence. 3 ears to better listen to Fuyo ASMR. Alright. Also, if you have like headphones clearly made for Lucky Charms, you would have like headphones that cover all of your creases. Or like earplugs. But also, you can just have one spare sound receptor to basically still have awareness of the sound around you and enjoy the ASMR at the same time. Does the Lucky Charm sap taste good on pancakes then? I haven't eaten them yet, but I will test it out. Thank you so much for the sap, by the way, guys. I'll eat my pancakes after the presentation. So next. Oh, do you guys have any questions on hearing and smelling? We always got you. Thank you, Lucky Charms. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, the hearing, right? Nah? Okay. So, next. Next we have... Da-da-da-down! Survival! Okay, on the survival of a Lucky Charm. Here's what I was talking about earlier. Do not give Fuyonade often. It's bad for their health, they go cray-cray, and it's only a treat. Okay? Because if they eat too much Fuyonade, they basically have the same effect of a sugar rush. And it's also very, very addicting. So, no! Don't start going wrong and lies. It's true. You guys have a problem. Objection, I want more! It's not a conspiracy! You guys have a problem! This is an intervention! This is an intervention, Lucky Charms. Stop it right there. No! That sounds wrong. Cite your sources. My sources are literally, experience, okay? No, Lucky Charms. No. So then, what do Lucky Charms need to survive? They need water. They need to stay hydrated. They also need sunlight, so they can do their photosynthesis. They also need human foods. Especially banana, when they are crying. Because banana makes them happy. And when they are crying, they are sad. So banana makes them happy. They need Fuyo time. And some of them need ASMR. Not all Lucky Charms need ASMR to survive. Some Lucky Charms actually don't exactly like ASMR much because their ears are too sensitive. Well, not ears, the sound receptors. So, we need independent studies on Fuyonade. Well, you are incentivized to do your own research, Lucky Charms. But this is what I've come up with after my whole year and a half of experience. Has it been a year and a half? I don't know. My whole year of experience. And then they also need sapping. Yes. So that is all it takes for a Lucky Charm to survive. Some Lucky Charms are very social creatures. Some are more reserved. So they don't exactly need to, you know, interact with other Lucky Charms to survive. But some of them would appreciate that. Some Lucky Charms really appreciate the sense of community. Other Lucky Charms just prefer to be on their own, and that's completely okay. It comes with every single personality of Lucky Charm. Do Lucky Charms make good pets? Yes. Yes, but since I'm fighting for the rights of Lucky Charms, I refuse to call you guys pets. My entire fuel source is Fuyonade cut to ASMR. Are we sure you've credited the real Are we sure you are credited with the real biology degree on account of your Fuyonade lies? It's not a lie. I'm literally the sole producer of Fuyonade. And I noticed that it's become a problem, okay? So yes, all Lucky Charms are different. All Lucky Charms have different needs. But these are like the basic needs that they need to at least be surviving and happy and striving. Funds for a new research on how Fuyonade affects Lucky Charms. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it, Joseku. I will try to research more on the subject. However, I am pretty sure that it's gonna give out the same results. Unless you guys have other different ways to do the research. Because the way that my research was done was by literally what's the word? Exemplifying it. I tested it out on different Lucky Charms with different doses of Fuyonade and with different regularities throughout the period of time. And what I noticed is that it gave them sugar rush, it made them addicted, and it was not very healthy because they did not drink as much water as they should have after drinking so much Fuyonade, which kind of led to a bit of dehydration. Fuyonade is not very good to hydrate you. It should have been me! Okay. Any other questions on survival? Besides the revolution against my studies on Fuyonade? No, I don't think that's true. I think that's more of a... No, I don't think I agree with the facts. And that doesn't mean they're not facts. Fuyo-sensei, will I give us Fuyonade at the end of the lecture? Fine, sure. Just a little bit though. Just a teeny tiny bit. As a treat for listening to the lecture. How do you sign up to participate on the next subject we're funding? I'll open up applications. You have to be healthy. You have to be a healthy Lucky Charm to participate on the thing. If we have to touch grass, does that mean for us visiting the family? I suppose, maybe, but it doesn't exactly say touch grass. It means get sunlight, so you can just sit by a window for a little bit, you know? Sensei, have you studied the long-term effects of Fuyo-lessness on a Lucky Charm? Yes, I have. That's why Fuyo time seems to be a very crucial part of it in the Fuyo needs. Some Lucky Charms need more doses of Fuyo time. Other Lucky Charms don't need as much. But all Lucky Charms seem to need a Fuyo dose from time to time. Going a long time without Fuyo seems to have distressing results on the psyche of a Lucky Charm. They get antsy, they get stressed out, they get a little bit, you know, they get very sad. They eat more bananas than usual, and yeah. So they should always have a source of Fuyo. Thankfully, my streams stay up as VODs. So even when I'm not able to give you guys Fuyo time, you can always go back and rewatch stuff that we have done. Yeah, it's not exactly the same thing as a live stream, but it works all the same. It's better than nothing. And they are going schizo. Well, it kind of affects their psyche, so yeah. Sensei, you forgot Fuyo kisses and needs. I don't think it's that necessary as much as it is kind of like a treat, just like Fuyo need. I think Fuyo kisses are more like a demand, you know? Like a we want and not a we need. You guys can survive without Fuyo kisses. Even if you feel like you can. More lies? You dare call me a liar? I am the researcher. Psychological needs. Well, if you convince yourself you need Fuyo kisses, of course you're gonna need them. We will die without them. You guys are such drama Lucky Charms. We also need Fuyo earlings. That falls into the ASMR category. I sense a conflict of interest here. Guys, you can't emotionally manipulate me by crying, okay? You can't. I'm a scientist. I'm a leprechaun of science. I am above feelings. I do need them. I shrivel without them. Lucky Charms, what am I gonna do with you? What the frick am I gonna do with you guys? Such needy Lucky Charms. Okay, well. Kithos? Okay, come here. Mwah. There. You've been kissed. You've been kissed. Okay. Next. Talking about kisses, it's time for your favorite subject. Da-da-da-dum! Reproduction. Here it is. So, to put it in a very simple way, when two Lucky Charms love each other very much, they smooch, alright? They do the kissing thing with their lips. It's part of the ritual, and it's believed that it helps to create healthier offsprings. Offsprings? Yeah. Healthier Lucky Charm babies, okay? So, you kiss, you sap, then stuff happens. There's many different things that can happen here. And then, baby. Yeah. Baby. And the stages of a baby spawning. It can either spawn from the ground, or one Lucky Charm can hold a baby inside of it. Depends on where the sap goes. Okay? Depends. So, yeah. How many babies can be made every time? I think about 2 or 3 at a time. Even though the sap is a very potent substance, but minimum 1, maximum 3 at a time per sapping. Due to the odds, and sometimes sometimes the time isn't right, sometimes the weather isn't right, But yes, that's how it goes. But a Lucky Charm can hold a baby charm inside. But it can also just pop out of the soil. Do we get Fuyo and child support? No. No, you don't. Do the parent Lucky Charms stay with the baby? Yes. Lucky Charms seem to be very, well, a lot of Lucky Charms seem to be very social creatures. Not all of them. Not all Lucky Charms are very social creatures, but, Lucky Charms, as far as I've seen, tend to take care of their offspring until they are strong enough to live by themselves, Especially because some babies don't exactly grow, don't exactly spawn with a stem. Like, for example, when they spawn out of the Lucky Charm, sometimes they don't come with the stem, and the stem is something that grows later. Whereas when they spawn from land, the stem kind of already spawns with it. So it depends on how much care and need they need. Also, a Lucky Charm can also reproduce by itself. When the sap is exchanged, the DNA of the Lucky Charms gets mixed up. However, a Lucky Charm can just use its own sap. It just won't be mixed up with another Lucky Charm. How does the spawn from land work? Like fish eggs? Kinda, yeah. You mix up both saps, it goes in the land, and then it spawns. Yeah. So how does the self-reproduction work? Do they just divide like bacteria, or do they give birth? A self-birth, self-spawn, can only happen on soil, never on belly. Because on belly, there is a need for the sap to go into the Lucky Charm. And with a single Lucky Charm, that is not possible, unless the Lucky Charm kind of can put the stem inside of themselves. Can we actually reproduce by mitosis? There has been cases of Lucky Charms reproducing by mitosis, yes. But it's not very common. It's not very common. Usually this is like the default. Can a self-spawn happen on terrains different from soil? Not usually. Not usually. Unless the sap has specific properties that allows it to, basically make a spawn on different kind of soils? No. Usually only on soil. What if a Lucky Charm drinks sap? Well, if it goes into the void, there's no way that it's gonna spawn another Lucky Charm. Because the void is just like the void. It's gonna get absorbed. Fuyo Sensei, can a Lucky Charm dad go for the milk and never come back? Yes. Are there hermaphrodite Lucky Charms? I heard they are a thing. Hermaphrodite? Well, I don't think that applies to Lucky Charms because it's very straightforward. Lucky Charms either have a stem or they don't. I don't know. What is hermaphrodite again? Hold on. It's having like 2 organs, right? Lucky Charms only need the stem and the and their respective sap glands to reproduce. There's no like receptacle, you know? There's no Lucky Charm with like a specific receptacle, I guess. Unless you consider them all hermaphrodites if they can all carry baby. Do Lucky Charms mate for life? Depends. As I said before, every Lucky Charm has a different personality. So some Lucky Charms might be more inclined to have a you know, a partner for life, or they can be more inclined towards, you know, not doing that. It really depends. How long does a pregnancy last? About a week to a month. If it gets more complicated, it's a month, but it's usually about a week. Slutty charms? Yeah, some Lucky Charms even like to experiment just for the heck of it, you know. When Lucky Charms reproduce with a member of another community, which one gets pregante? Usually it's the other member, because the only way that a Lucky Charm can get pregante is with sap. So I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know. It depends on the community member, like on which other community we are talking about. How long does it take for a Lucky Charm offspring to incubate inside of a? I don't know. When we did the test, we did not do it inside of me. So I don't know, and I don't want to know. You've put a lot of thought into this, Fuyo. Of course I have. Research has got to be believable, you know? Is it bad for Lucky Charms to reproduce with family? It can cause some anomalies, but it's generally fine, I think. After all, incest is wincest. Alright, any other questions on reproduction? Or can we move on to the life cycle and then the anomalies? I think we can move on to the life cycle. Can Lucky Charms sexually reproduce? I mean, isn't that technically what its self-reproduction is? Yes, it can reproduce by itself. As I said before, it can. Okay. How would a Boobro and a Lucky Charm offspring look like? I think I've seen one, but I don't have any pictures. But I've definitely seen a Lucky Charm Boobro a hybrid, I think. After all, if there's a Pond Pup Lucky Charm and you know, I think it can exist. Yeah. So don't worry. Everything is possible if you believe it. If you believe it can. Can Lucky Charms reproduce with leprechauns? We've done a test in the past in a lab. So it's theoretically possible. I don't know if actual like physical reproduction is possible, but I haven't tried. So I don't know. Boo Charm Fuko, bro. Okay. Life cycle. Ta-ding! So, on this subject, I just wrote that the Lucky Charms are very mysterious creatures. It's believed that they can never truly die, as their shared consciousness is a complex process I'll never understand. Okay, I got the help of a fellow, fellow scientist to kind of figure out the life cycle, and yet I could not figure it out. Okay? Because Lucky Charms at the end of the day seem almost like a hive mind. Okay? Despite clear differences between the specimens, and I also have never seen one die. Okay, I've never seen a Lucky Charm die. It might have something to do with the Void Core, as I wrote in here. I don't know if Lucky Charms are immortal. I have seen some Lucky Charms in a pretty bad state when they get dehydrated, but I've never truly seen one die. We sap, therefore we are. Yeah, but a lot of the mystery surrounding the Lucky Charm seems to be linked to the Void Core. So we might be one and the same entity from the Void. I don't know. Whatever you are, you guys are cool. I've seen Lucky Charms wither but never die. Dehydration due to the lack of Fuyo. Water. You guys only need water. Fuyo Sensei, can Lucky Charms reincarnate like a phoenix? I don't know. I have not done any or seen any studies on reincarnation. Okay. Speaking of hydration, water check. Oh, frick, sorry. Cheers! So, a lot of research still needs to be done on the Lucky Charms. But for now, let's move on to the anomalies, because I feel like you guys are very interested in that. Anomalies! Alright, here we are. Anomalies are basically things that separate the Lucky Charms from the norm, you know? So, things that make them slightly, different. Very visual things. Sometimes they are not visual, but a lot of the times they are visual. Let's start with the first point. Humanoid Lucky Charms. You guys asked about it earlier. So humanoid Lucky Charms can spawn from crossbreeding with humans, possibly, or other humanoid creatures. I have a theory that some of them might be parasites. Like, for example, this one. Look. This one looks like a parasite to me. It looks like it took a host and it claimed it as a body. So it can also function as a parasite, I guess. I don't know for sure. Each case is a case. It can also be a mutation, or it can just be a bunch of them merged together like a freaking trench coat, you know? Either or. It can, any of these cases can spawn a humanoid Lucky Charm. I've seen this kind of Lucky Charm around too, which can also be one of these. I'm not sure which. Lies! We require Fuyo. All those wither try to live with just water. That's not true. Stop spreading misinformation. The bratty charm. Yeah. Also, may I just say how I love how the design can be, either seen as a lolly, but it can also be seen kind of like a Shota as well. I just think the design is very neat. I've been enjoying seeing the designs. I really, really like it. So anyway, oh yeah, design made by Kurimu, and this one was by Ecchi, I believe. Yes, Ecchi. This was like last summer. It's been a while since I've seen it. Lies. Okay. Wait, that's the same tip from before. Okay. Either way, another anomaly can be multiple or extra or missing organs, such as eyes, stems, or brains. Here we have an example. It can have extra bones or bones missing. Or other appendages, like for example cat ears. Here's an example with multiple stems, and here's an example of a Lucky Charm without a brain. Basically it's missing, so it's like it's a little bit brain damaged. Also, Lucky Charms don't have kidneys. Lucky Charms don't have kidneys. I thought we had already gone over this. Sorry. So then, weird abilities or powers, like for example the hands. The hands also count as an anomaly. When a Lucky Charm has like telepathically controlled hands, that's an anomaly. Or crossbreeding with other creatures can also be an anomaly. Like for example, here we have two specimens. We have Plonpop Charms and then we have Fended Charm. Yeah, that's what happens when they reproduce with other species of creatures. Any question on anomalies? I feel like that was pretty straightforward. But if anybody's got any questions, feel free to let me know. Was the Lucky Charm brat born that way, or did it take that form as it grew up? I don't know. I don't know. The Bratty Charm seems to be a fairly... I mean, it's existed since last year, I think. But it's only recently been popping up, being more... been seeing it more. So I don't have enough research on that one in particular. But what I am... My theory is that it's just an amalgamation of Lucky Charms. Or some sort of like hive mind. I don't know. I don't know. Something akin to a representation of all the Lucky Charms. How common is it for a Lucky Charm to have an anomaly? There's some anomalies that are more common than others. It's pretty common. It's pretty common because there's so many different anomalies that at this point, it's just, you know, it's very common for you to look to your right and see an anomaly Lucky Charm. It doesn't make them any less of a Lucky Charm at all. It's just a feature, not a bug. Fuyo Sensei, how can I become a buff Lucky Charm like these? Well, first you need to have arm appendages, which I don't know how you would get those. Some Lucky Charms are just born with them, and then you just train them. So godlike entity? Gotcha. I wouldn't call you guys a godlike entity. Also, on the topic of brain damage, some Lucky Charms are more gifted on the side of brains. So that's why some Lucky Charms have mastered the ability of building mecha, for example. You know, they've managed to build giant robots that they can control. I've seen something like that. Do Lucky Charms with beards count as anomalies? I'm not sure, since it's kind of a normal Lucky Charm trait to sometimes have hair. But if it's very, very hairy like Chewbacca, I guess it would count like as an anomaly. Fuyo Sensei is an unlucky charm. Frick. Oh wait, when will we get leprechaun anatomy? Like how tasty they are, the best way to cook, which organs are toxic, etc. Never! You guys are not getting that knowledge ever. Okay, so anyway, next, on the topic of, since you guys are asking, unlucky charm. Huh. Oh, my slide seems to have been corrupted. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. Anyway, Lucky Charm spotted in the wild. Here we go. So everybody, we have learned almost everything there is to know to date about Lucky Charms. So I have compiled here a lot of different Lucky Charms, so you can take a look and see how many different kinds there are. They are all very different. Look at all of them. They're all, look, for example, this, I don't know if this one would count as a mecha or if it's just a weird anomaly. And then this one's kind of special as well. I don't exactly know what happened to it. This one, for example, only has 3 leaves. As you can see, there's many different kinds of eyes and mouths and personalities. This one, look, this one even became a doctor. That's how smart they can get. Here's an example of a Lucky Charm walling. This one has an entire body. This one just seems to have taken the place of a plushie. Yeah, look at how different they can get. This one has plump lips. This one's kind of smug. This one has a very thick stem that can function as a sap bazooka. This one's very smug as well. Yeah. All of them are very different. As you can see, some of them are more community inclined and more social. But it's okay. Not every one of them is. Yeah. Look, this one doubled down as a sponge. But yeah, these are just some of the many examples of a lucky charm. Yes, 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 yes. So I think that concludes my presentation on lucky charms. And if you guys got any questions after this whole presentation, feel free to ask them now. Because, as I wrote in here, it's important to know about your own body, so don't feel afraid. No question is too dumb when the goal is to learn. And I hope this lesson was enlightening in the way a lucky charm works, even though it's still a quite mysterious creature. Yes. Will that be on the test? Yes. Yes, you better have memorized this whole thing. Mrs. Fuyo, will this be on the test? Okay, I'm joking. There will be no test. It's just more of a an informatory thing. Informative. Yes, it's more of an informative thing for you guys to come back here whenever you guys have questions about yourselves. Fuyo Sensei, we were really good students. Can we have some Fuyonade from the tap as a reward now? You're gonna have to wait a little bit. I can't exactly produce Fuyonade right now. I'm gonna need to drink more water, but maybe after the stream. After the stream. Okay, let me see. I already see some questions. Frick. If I eat another charm, do I get sucked into the void? Into their void or in some weird void contamination? If you eat a charm, if you eat a lucky charm, I'm guessing the lucky charm goes into your void. Yeah. But you wouldn't do that. Please don't eat another lucky charm. That sounds very unlucky charm. Main. You know, kind of like inhumane. I have a question. Is there a point where a lucky charm has too many anomalies? And if yes, what can happen because of it? It really depends on the anomalies. Like, most anomalies are fine. And the lucky charm can still function normally. However, there can be some anomalies that are a bit debilitating. Like for example, a missing brain can lead to a lucky charm needing special care, you know? And it can be, you know... It just really depends on the anomaly. But usually anomalies can range from something that is kind of helpful to something that is kind of bad. Sensei, I still don't understand the material. Can I get private lessons with you? It's okay. You can ask questions anytime I stream. Yes. Fuyo Sensei, during pregnancy, does an umbilical stem grow in the pregnant lucky charm? No. There is no umbilical cord stem attached. As far as I've seen, at least, especially because some of the lucky charms born from pregnancy, they don't even have a stem when they are born. Maybe it gets plucked out. Huh. Maybe it is an umbilical stem. More research needs to go into that topic. Is the void technically a black hole? Can you extract it from a lucky charm and hold it, or will your hand be sucked in? I don't think it's extractable. I think it would just, you know, suck stuff in. Actually, it doesn't exactly suck, you know, unless the lucky charm has mastered the art of sucking stuff into the black hole void. But it's more like just an infinity pocket thing. So I guess kind of. I don't know if it has the same physics of a black hole. I don't think we have advanced enough technology to inspect the inside of a void. What would clothes look like for lucky charms? All lucky charms have different fashion senses, so I can't exactly answer that question. I have a question about our voids. Do each one of us have a unique void, or are they all connected void that we share? I don't know. No idea. I don't have enough technology good enough, or you know, I don't exactly know how to test that theory. Do we have contraceptive methods? I don't know. Do you? I don't think so. I don't think there's lucky charm contraceptive methods as of today. Fuyo Sensei, are the charms okay? Wait, what? Are the charms okay that were smoked by the zombie sly girls? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I think they were just turned into dust. I don't know if they are okay. Can Lucky Charms evolve from being Lucky Charms? Possibly. I mean, any creature can evolve if given enough time, so I imagine that, one day, a Lucky Charm might have a completely different look, you know? So, I believe evolution is possible. I believe a Lucky Charm can evolve into a different shape and have it be like the new default shape. But as of right now, as of today, this is the most common look for a Lucky Charm. Fuyo Sensei, how many Lucky Charms a pregnant one can have? One. Maximum two. Maximum two, because of the two leaves, the two bottom leaves. There have been cases where it's given 4, but it's more riskier. Sensei, would the study of Lucky Charm reproduction be considered a STEM field? Is that an American thing? I don't know what a STEM field is, but sure. How does the process of merging occur? Is it painful? Merging? You mean like mitosis? Like reverse mitosis? I don't exactly know. There seems to be some magic involved in that, and this is more of a scientific research and not a magical research. Will we ever take an expedition into the void? Right now, it's very dangerous, so no. No, not yet. But maybe one day if we find a Lucky Charm that is big enough and we have proper safety measures set in place, we can, you know, try to explore the void of that Lucky Charm. But obviously we're gonna need a cable or something to connect us to the outside world so we can be pulled out. Fuyo Sensei, can Lucky Charms become leprechauns? No. Not exactly. But you can wear fancy hats! You can wear leprechaun hats if you want. Fuyo, do you know what contraceptive means? I do! I know what contraceptive means! Stop the conception. Fuyo Sensei, can we befriend those Lucky Charms beside you? Yes, of course you can. I mean, they're some of you guys. They're just here. Fuyo Sensei, can Lucky Charms become leprechauns? Hyper lucky charms? Sensei, what is our purpose? I don't know. But honestly, I also don't know my own purpose. If you want to get existential, that is not for science class. That is for psychological and philosophy class. Mrs. Fuyo, where does the ever-fabled Mike Honeys live in all this? Well, that's something more related to a Fuyo thing. It's not exactly something that Lucky Charms can produce. Fuyo, can the leprechaun and the Lucky Charm reproduce? As I've said before, I believe it's possible. It's been scientifically proven possible. But no tests have been made. Besides the lab one. But that's not like a biologically grown one? Is that how you say it? We need physical students. Fuyo Sensei, have you ever tried a stem? You mean like eating a stem? Eating a stem? No, I don't want to hurt a Lucky Charm. And since I've never seen a dead Lucky Charm, there's no way for me to know. Is it technically possible? The best kind of possible. Can some Lucky Charms produce wish gifts? I don't think so. I think that's just a strictly leprechaun thing. When it comes to anomalies and powers, it's stuff like telekinesis, not exactly wish granting and spawning of stuff. Unless the Lucky Charm can, like, master the art of saving stuff into their void and pulling it out, I don't see how else they could, like, spawn stuff. You won't hurt the stem if you eat it correctly, meaning with no teeth. But then I wouldn't be eating it! I would just be performing a weird act on it. Also, Riverin, welcome to the members. Do Lucky Charms also squeak if you press on the stem? No, only on the body, unless their squeaker is located in the stem. But most Lucky Charms have the squeaker located in the body. Any more questions? Any more questions, or is that everything? I feel like that's enough questions for today. Will you ever do an anatomy study of leprechauns? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But leprechauns are bigger and have more parts than a Lucky Charm, so it can be kind of tricky to set up a presentation. But I will try my best one day. Fuyo Sensei, when's the next class? I don't know. I don't know about class, but I have a stream this week on Thursday with Nikki. And we're gonna be rebuilding my gold farm. But that's not a class. When are we getting the promised Fuyo name? After the stream is over. You may direct yourselves to the door on the right, and I will give you guys some Fuyo name. Just make it all about Sumi and Fuyo name. We don't need the rest. Okay. Anyway, everybody, that has been my whole presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. I hope it's been enlightening. I hope it gave you a little bit more of you know, an outlook on the way you work. Yes, class is ending, everybody. Start packing your stuff. And now you are leaving here smarter than you were. How do you feel? Thank you for the lesson, Fuyo Sensei. I feel like I have much better understanding of myself. I'm glad because that's all I want. Yeah, I hope you guys took your notes. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Okay? Okay. Lucky Charms. I have been your friendly neighborhood, wish-granting leprechaun, and teacher, Fuyo Cloverfield of Idle Yen Gen 1 E-Sekai. And I'll see you on Thursday. I will get my schedule out as soon as I can. Okay? Okay. Wish-granting, quote-unquote. Shush! The business is just temporarily closed, but we'll go back into it eventually. Oh! I almost forgot! Wait, don't go yet! Don't go yet! Wait, friggin' frick! I almost forgot. I almost friggin' forgot. Lucky Charms. How dare I almost forget this? It's literally the most important part of class. Lucky Charms. After this stream, you will be gifted something that I've been meaning to do for the longest. I can't believe I almost forgot about it. From today onwards, after the stream is over, I'm gonna be posting a video on my channel. And in the video description, you will have a link for your own body. Yeah, so you'll be able to get access to your own body. Allow me to show you. Allow me to show you. Let me just get over here on the corner. Let me turn off the music. Let me turn it off. Here it is. Yeah, that's right. Look at him. Yeah! You can have your own body now. You can custom it. It's highly customizable. It's very expressionate as well. You can change the colors. You can change every single feature, including the mouth and the stem and the eyebrows and the eyes and everything. Also completely free. It's gonna be completely free. Alright? So yeah. Highly customizable. Make yourself. You can edit yourself as much as you like. And use it for whatever endeavors you desire. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, anyway. I almost forgot about this. I'll also maybe put the link into the description, but I still need to upload the video. But yeah, from today onwards, you guys will have access to your own body. You can use it for whatever you want. I hope you guys will enjoy it. And I'll do some updates on it over time, but as of right now, it will be released like version 1. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for coming, everybody. I'll see you on Thursday. This is why I asked if we could befriend those 2 Lucky Charms. Well, they are technically you guys. Yeah. But since they came to the lesson and you know, they were earlier, they got early access to it. But yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I shall go now. I hope you have a good night. And bye-bye. Let the glass fall, baby.